How is it going, everybody? This is the third of 4 episodes of Junior. Special little diecast of the week series that I'm doing just because it is Junior's last year in NASCAR and I want to go ahead and talk about a few of Dale Jr.'s diecasts. So, to start this off, we have Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 2010 Wrangler Chevy Impala. He drove this car in the very first Nationwide Series Car Tomorrow race, which was at Daytona, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. won. Absolutely emotional race, very intense, and Dale Jr. got the job done. Made by Winner's Circle, and I'll give you guys a quick tour of this car. Alright, so let's talk about it. First of all, one thing that I like, but it's also a little bit of a problem too, is the throwback. I definitely love how it throws back to the old Wrangler paint schemes. I do say it's a problem because, again, it kind of loses its own identity at that point, but at the same time, it kind of gains it back because it's on the Xfinity/Nationwide Car of Tomorrow. I do like the assortment of blue and yellow that is on this car. I do appreciate it because, again, it's like the amount of blue that's on the yellow, it's reversed here, the amount of yellow that's on the blue. And so having that counterbalance does make the car successful. And then, as usual, as I mentioned in the first episode, I just love the unique 3. It's one of those 3s, it's like, you know it's Dale Earnhardt. And so it's really cool that Dale Earnhardt Jr. was able to drive the 3 one more time and win. I also do love just the straight up design on this car because you got the yellow, you got, what do you got, 1, 2, 3 stripes here of blue, and then it just goes to blue. I want to believe it's like what a pocket would look like on the jeans because, as you guys know, Wrangler is jeans. And so I wonder if that's the reason why they went with that design. But anyway, the only, I guess, real problem with this car is the fact that it's on the Car of Tomorrow. I just never liked the idea of the Car of Tomorrow body because you got these bunny ear spoiler and then you got this huge splitter here. I'll even just show you. Just look how far that sticks forward. That explains where all of that dirty air goes into the back because you got all this clean air and then it's just blah, dirty air so far back. But it is still a very pretty car, and I still remember watching that race in 2010. Absolutely emotional, and if I remember correctly, the biggest reason why Dale Earnhardt Jr. drove this car was because that was the year Dale Earnhardt got inducted into the Hall of Fame. So definitely a emotional time. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. mentioned that that was the last time Dale Jr. will drive the 3 car ever again. So overall, beautiful looking car. I'm going to give Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 2010 Wrangler Chevy Impala 4 stars. So I'll throw this over to the side here. And here is the next one. This is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s number 31 Wrangler Chevrolet that he drove in the Busch Series in 1997. So, as a little bit of a backstory, Dale Earnhardt Jr. drove this car part-time in the Busch Series. Steve Park drove the 3 AC Delco car full-time. So Dale Jr. drove this car along with a couple other cars like Gargoyles and Sickens and Moms and Pops, just an assortment of different cars. But this is the one I am going to review. So again, as mentioned before, like the other car, it is also a throwback scheme, and more specifically to Dale Earnhardt's scheme that he drove in the late 80s, which I have right here. So pretty much it's a good spin-off of that. So anyway, I definitely love the throwback. It's pretty much identical to that Dale Earnhardt car. So yeah, the design, I really like how it's like yellow, and it does, I don't know what the design is called, but it's down and out like that, and it's all blue behind. But anyway, it's cool. And also too, one thing I really like too, and I'll talk more about it when I put the cars together. So you notice this blue, it's more, oh, what do you want to call it? Like, it's not the same blue as it was on the other Dale Jr. car. Because that Dale Jr. car, it was more like a blue. But this is more, what do you want to, it's like a grayish blue, you want to say? I'll put the cars together so that you guys can take a closer look. But I really do like that type of blue. It just makes the car, it does give it its own identity a little bit. It's still throwback to that car, so again, not perfect, but yeah. And that's the last thing I do want to say. Like, I want to give this car a perfect score. And I was planning to give this car a perfect score. But the one reason why I will not is because I've mentioned it, and it's kind of one of those rules of thumb that I am going to stick with. The Dale Jr. car is a throwback to another car that was originally made. So that Dale Earnhardt car I just showed you, that would be a 5-star car because that was its own identity, it's new, it's different, it's awesome. But since this car is a tribute to that car, it cannot be a perfect car because it's already been made. So with that being said, I'm going to give Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s number 31 Wrangler Chevy Monte Carlo from 1997 4 stars. So I'll put the two cars together here. So the one thing I was talking about is the blues. Because you see how it's like more of a perfect blue here, and it's more of like a, as I said, like a grayish blue right there. So, two very beautiful cars. Wrangler, just as a whole, whenever Wrangler sponsors a car, you know you're going to get a great looking car out of it. So, I'm going to wrap up the third episode here. We do have one more episode to go. And then that's it. So, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I will see you next time.